Setting boundaries can be quite a challenging task because we might be worried that we're gonna offend someone, that maybe we're gonna disrespect someone, especially when it comes to setting boundaries with our family members. We might be even more hesitant to do that. Hi, my name is Patricia. I'm a counseling psychologist registered with HCPC here in the UK, and in today's video I'm gonna be talking about issues related to setting boundaries in context of your relationship with your in-laws, especially in a situation when your partner is struggling to set boundaries with his parents, himself or herself. So obviously the ideal situation it would be to sit together, talk about certain issues, then decide what the plan is, and then let your partner to actually set the boundaries with his parents. However, in a situation when your partner maybe doesn't agree with the limits that you need, or maybe in a situation where your partner doesn't actually achieve that grown adult child relationship with his parents, you might be actually left on your own to do this job of setting boundaries with your in-laws. And in a situation where maybe your partner is unable to set those limits for you with his parents, and maybe when you are also unable to set the boundaries with your in-laws, with time that will actually show as you feeling resentful towards your partner, feeling frustrated and angry. So it is actually really important that even if your partner is not supporting you with setting those boundaries, that you're gonna go ahead and actually do it yourself. And obviously setting boundaries, it is a challenging task, especially setting boundaries with your in-laws might be very challenging and nerve-wracking, but it is possible. So first of all, let's have a look at maybe potential issues that they might be there in your life that might be an indication that you actually need maybe new, better, more healthy boundaries with your in-laws. So first of all, an indication that there's a lack of healthy boundaries is when your in-laws, for example, they talk about the negative opinions about you in front of other family members, maybe in front of even your partner, and in front of your kids as well. Another really worrying and very clear indication that there's a lack of healthy boundaries in this relationship between you and your in-laws is when your in-laws, they undervalue your parenting skills, they comment on that, and especially when they're doing it in front of our family members and even in front of your kids. Another example, it might be when your in-laws, they don't include your opinions when they take certain decisions about your family. So for instance, if you would think about family vacation where you and your in-laws, you're going on vacation together, but then your opinions, where to go, maybe what to do is not being considered, that will be definitely an indication of lack of healthy boundaries. It could be as well that your in-laws, they might be interfering in your romantic relationship. So they might actually get involved in some of your arguments. They might encourage secrecy in your romantic relationship and in your relationship with your children. It might be that your in-laws, they might not respect and value your opinions, making fun openly in front of other people. And yes, like I said before, setting boundaries with anyone can be nerve-wracking. Especially setting boundaries with in-laws can be quite difficult, but it is actually possible. But first of all, what you would have to do is just be very clear. What are your limits and your expectations? So for yourself, you need to know exactly what it is that you expect from other people and from yourself in this relationship. So here you will have to be clear again with yourself, what you can tolerate and what you cannot tolerate in their behavior. And also in addition to that, you will need to know what are the consequences if they don't follow those boundaries. I think the easiest way of how you can start actually even thinking about setting boundaries with your in-laws is actually grabbing a piece of paper and a pen and actually start writing down what it is that actually you cannot tolerate, what it is that actually, I can actually live with that. It doesn't bother me as much. And then also thinking, all right, so if they're not gonna follow through with this, then what are the consequences? What am I going to do with it? So once you're gonna have that written, once you're gonna be very clear about those expectations and what you can tolerate, what you cannot tolerate, then the other task, it will be about communicating this with your partner. So in other situations, when we set boundaries with maybe our friends, for example, it's only us who are setting the boundaries. But in this situation, because it is in different contexts, we actually need partner to support us with setting the boundaries. So if we want this to work, the partner will also have to be included in this process of setting boundaries. If we're gonna take an example of maybe when setting boundaries is to do with maybe backbiting or maybe secrecy, then that means that the setting boundaries will not only involve you and your in-laws, but will involve your partner and also your children possibly. So then you will have to be again very clear about what it is that is worrying you there and what do you want to actually change in the future, so that the issue of backbiting or the issue of secrecy wouldn't be there anymore. And also throughout the process of setting the boundaries, you need to remind yourself that you are entitled to set those boundaries, especially with people that actually matter in your life. If you're worrying that you're gonna disrespect someone, that you're gonna offend someone, then think that if these are people that were not important enough for you, you wouldn't actually hassle yourself with setting boundaries. Another important aspect of setting boundaries with your in-laws is to do with the fact that if maybe your partner is not ready to actually set this boundaries himself, you are still entitled to set the boundaries yourself and maybe include him along the way, which might be more manageable for him to do. And if you would like to learn more how to set healthy boundaries, then you can head to my channel where I have many more videos where I actually go more into detail about this. So yes, if you enjoyed this video, then please like it, subscribe, and make sure you're gonna hit that notification bell, so every time when I upload a new video, you're gonna get notified, so you're not gonna miss out on any of this really interesting content. And I'm gonna see you in the next one then. Thank you. Bye bye.